Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, September 10th. Very nice fall-like weather has moved into the eastern part of the country after a strong frontal passage over the weekend. Thanks to a large high-pressure system over the middle part of the country, this nice weather will continue right through the week. It'll get gradually warmer as the week progresses, but even in the middle and latter part of the week, it'll just be around normal to just a degree or two above normal by the end of the week. But nonetheless, the next 48 hours is the first extended fall-like preview that we've had this season thanks to this large high-pressure system. As far as the tropics are concerned, we are now in the climatological peak of the season and the tropics remain active, but fortunately there is nothing on the doorstep right now for the U.S. mainland. Let's take a look at the latest composite infrared image from the SSEC Wisconsin website. There's three players on the field. First of all, right here, Tropical Storm Leslie has now begun to accelerate to the north. This is the east coast of the U.S. right here, and there have been rip currents up and down the east coast for the last several days, and that will continue for the next couple of days. Meanwhile, Leslie will head towards, as a tropical storm, the Atlantic province of Newfoundland right here over the next 24 hours or so, affecting them with some rain and wind tomorrow. It did affect Bermuda over the weekend with some rain and wind, but nothing too serious. Hurricane Michael, it's still a hurricane out here. It's a small hurricane. It should continue to weaken as it too moves to the north into the colder water region of the northern part of the Atlantic. Meanwhile, there's another system out here. It is not named yet, but it looks like it'll probably become a tropical storm named Nadine. That too looks like it may avoid ever hitting the U.S. East Coast, as it too looks like it'll take a general north to northwest track over the next several days. So tropics are still quite active, but most, if not all of it, will be confined to the Atlantic Ocean region and not affect the U.S. mainland. Here's a visible satellite loop of what will become Nadine way out in the Atlantic. And again, it looks pretty impressive, quite a wave here, and it looks like it very well could become a tropical storm, but likely will never hit the U.S. mainland, as it too will kind of follow tracks that Leslie and Michael have taken way up into the northern part of the Atlantic over the next several days. But we'll continue to monitor this, and there's still much time for the active tropical season to continue, as we are only now at the climatological peak of the season. Well, back home, here's the conventional U.S. surface map and the frontal system that roared through the mid-Atlantic region over the weekend, and it did cause some severe reports. There were a couple of tornadoes in and around the New York City region with some strong wind gusts of near 60 miles per hour in northern Virginia with a lot of downed trees in the Washington, D.C. area. Right now, that front is way off the coast, and high pressure is in control. This is nice Canadian high pressure that with fall-like air that will continue for the next 48 hours or so. In fact, many suburban locations of the big cities tonight could drop down into the the upper 40s by late tonight, early tomorrow morning, with highs confined to the 70s both this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon. It'll get back to around normal by the middle part of the week and maybe a degree or two above normal by the end of the week, but looks like a dry week right into the weekend or perhaps through the weekend with all in all favorable temperatures. Farther to the west, it'll be quite warm again today here in central Colorado. Like Denver may reach the upper 80s, but this cold frontal system right here will whip on through by latter part of the week, and by Thursday Denver could struggle to reach 60 degrees. Meanwhile, out in southern California, they could have a pretty warm week here. By the end of the week, it'll be 80 degrees along the coast near LA and much warmer inland, so they'll have some warm conditions for the bulk of this week. Finally, here's an infrared satellite loop for the U.S. from the SSEC Wisconsin website. Just a tremendous amount of clear skies here. This is one of the reasons I wanted to show this. You hardly ever see this kind of vast expanse of clear skies here right through the center part of the country to the east coast, thanks to that tremendous large high pressure system. And again, it looks like a dry week right through the week and probably the weekend in the eastern states with pleasant temperatures, quite cool for the next 48 hours or so, and rather seasonable and pleasant for the second half of the week with lots of sunshine, as indicated here by this infrared satellite loop. It looks like that sunshine will persist right into the upcoming weekend. Well, that's it for now. For the SIWeather.com, I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.